Okay. The 15-minute daily spirit guide meeting. What if you had a 15-minute meeting every day with your spirit guides? How would that change your life? Here are the steps you must take daily to have a meeting with your spirit guides. Find a 15-minute block of time where you are by yourself. That's number one. Number two, close your eyes and take deep breaths. So you find that alone time and you let it go. You release the upper body, the shoulders, your neck. You just let go of all the stress in your day, the things you have to do, the things you should do, all that. Let that all go, all right? Sense what's happening around you and become present. Then number 4, ask a question. And then number 5, ask your question again. Write it in your journal immediately. The first time you ask your question, you're just going to sit there and you're going to probably wait. And most of you, nothing's going to come through, or you won't know what it is when it does come through. That's why you have to, number 5, ask your question again. Okay? You have to stay with this. You have to be persistent. This is a daily spirit guide meeting. Okay? So when you don't get the answer to the question or the solution to the question the first time, just ask it again. And whatever comes into your mind, whatever you feel, that feeling, that thought you thought was yours, okay, doesn't matter if you thought it was yours. Write it down in your journal, My Guided Journey, the journal, part 3, immediately, okay? Don't try to second guess yourself. Don't try to overthink this process, you guys, because that's what's going to throw you off balance, all right? Just whatever that was, just write it down. When you look back at it in a day from now, a month, a week from now, a month from now, you'll know what came from you and what came through you from your spirit guides and angels. But you've got to start writing it down so you know the difference. You can see it, okay? That 15-minute daily spirit guide meeting. And then, number 6, ask yourself how that answer that you got, that you wrote down, made you feel. And write that down. See, in this journal, what's in here is it asks you to write down what it was, like I just did, like I told you to do, and then write down how it feels, all right? Write that right in here. And then number 7 is ask yourself what you realized. And here it is. Write down what you realized. Write that down. This is all in a flow. And then, finally, write down the action that you intend to take today. Okay, write that down where it says, what action did you take? How did you apply it to your life? Write it in there, okay? And even if it's the smallest thing, it doesn't matter. An action is a step in the direction that you'll continue to take the next step, in the direction to take the next step, in the direction that you're being guided. And pretty soon, if you've read Guided, my flagship book, Guided, I took one step, and I didn't know that years later, that one step was so critical and crucial to what was going to happen 10 years from now. I had no idea at the moment I took that step, that sometimes, you guys, it feels like a leap of faith. And the only reason it feels like a leap of faith is because you're still not used to trusting yourself. You're going to trust yourself. You're going to learn how to do this. This 15-minute daily spirit guide meeting, and the writing, what comes to you, through you, writing it down about what you felt and realized and the action you took, that's going to get you moving through this so fast. You're going to know who you are. You're going to trust who you are. You're going to know the difference between what came from you, what came through you. You're going to know how to take action on it. You're not going to wimp out. You're not going to second guess yourself. You're not going to ever go into fear. It isn't possible when you have this connection, because that's what you're building. You're building the bridge between you in this world and the world you came from, back to yourself and to your spirit guides who came here to see you through this life. Okay? I know what I'm talking about. All right?
I can vouch for that.
I know, Ray. Right. So, Ray, who do we have with us?
We have, besides me, Kathy, Vanessa, Joy,
You guys.
Susan Blaylock Snodgrass, and Melanie Clayton Buchanan.
Great.
Hello, everybody.
Great to have you guys tonight. And we want to get your questions, okay? Ray's got a few things to cover here, right?
Yeah,
Ray?
I have a question. The
Yeah.
question of the night.
Yeah.
Want me to post it?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, did anyone ask a question yet, Ray?
No, nobody asked
Okay,
a question. Joy
so-
made a comment, but it was very good.
What did she
Joy
say?
said it is the commitment to the 15 minutes that will propel you into connection with the guides. How true.
And I'll tell you what, Joy knows what she's talking about, because she is one of the students of Ask the Universal channel on Thursdays that teach you guys how to do this.
Right.
All right. She learned from Ray and I over the course of the last year, right?
Yeah.
About a year, Ray.
Mhm.
And Joy has learned to use her talking board, Ask the Universal channel, in collusion, with
Collusion. There, that's a good word.
in collusion with my guided journey, where you write this stuff down, you guys, and you don't miss it. Joy writes everything down, and she gets, when she works with you on the group on Thursdays, you have to be let into this group. It's a secret group. Okay. So we have to let you in, is what has to happen. Okay. And you'll see all that detail in the description of this video. So if you want to join this, like-minded, soul-driven group, you just have to put an email out to us. You'll see it right there in the description.
Right. Okay, I'm going to put the question up for everybody now.
Great. I don't even know what it is. See how stingy
So I'm going
he
to put
is?
the question of the
See what
night
he
up
does?
and put your answers in the feed, and then we'll move on.
Are you going to read it to me, Ray?
How would you like to see your life change?
Okay. How would you like to see your life change? Or maybe what would you like to see change in your life? That's kind of the same question, Ray. Would that be kind of the same thing that you were thinking of?
Yeah, how would you like to see, what would you like to see change in your life?
Okay.
Okay.
And it doesn't matter what it is, you guys. It might sound silly to somebody else. Nobody sounds silly to us, all right? Yeah. Especially your guides. Your guides don't see any question you have or anything that you're trying to understand as silly or not important or any of that. They take everything about you seriously, and they're with you all the time, just like this. They're like softness all around you. In fact, this whole depiction of the guides around me right now is what it felt like the first time I met them, except instead of them being behind me, they were in front of me. They were like 180-degree, half circle all the way around me. And they looked like this. They were lit up. They were vibrating. They were 7 feet tall. These are tall beings. But they feel like these, this is pretty close to the depiction. So they're always with you. You are never alone.
Okay, come on, everybody. We need some more answers. We got a couple of answers.
We did. Okay, yeah.
Keep going.
Well, that's okay, Ray. We could take them on.
Well, I have a follow-up question.
Oh, okay. See, he's got a whole thing going on here.
But
I don't know what's going on.
I have to see some questions first, about answers to my first question.
Well, let's get those answers.
So how would you like to see your life change? Come on, Kathy. Okay. So we got 3 answers. Kathy, Susan.
You guys are great.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid. There's something everybody would like to change in their life. It's something, Ray, you ask a hard question.
Yes, I don't know. I can think of a lot of things I'd like to change
Okay,
in my life.
but here's the whole point to this. When you sit down, the 15-minute daily spirit guide meeting, you come into the meeting and you ask a question. It could be, and the question comes in number 4. It is about, this is what I'd like to change in my life, and this is why I need your help.
Yep.
Okay, this is the kind of way you'd form the question. Go ahead, Ray.
The answers are coming in.
Okay.
Brittany, Kathy, 2 Kathys.
And you guys, as soon as you put this in the feed for Ray, you need to write it in part 3 of your journal, what we covered today. Date it, go to part 3, put the date up there on the top right-hand corner where it says date, and then put in there what the question was, and then where it says write it, what the question was that Ray asked and what you said, all right? How you answered it.
Okay. Joy, okay. So, Joy said, here's some of the answers.
Okay.
Joy would like to stop worrying.
That's a struggle.
Brittany says she'd like to change her stress levels. That's good.
Now, was that Brittany?
Brittany.
Okay.
Kathy said she'd like to find a new home.
Okay, Ray, can I have or here.
What?
Okay, hold on. Go back to Joy.
Okay. Worrying. Stop worrying.
Worry.
Stress levels.
Stress.
A new home. Fix her financial issues. Susan.
Finances.
Right, it's kind of that. Melanie says, let's see. Let me see if there's someone here. Vanessa, I haven't heard from you. Come on, Vanessa. Kathy says she'd like to continue to raise her vibration and be able to help others who want to raise theirs. That's good. Noble cause.
Okay.
Melanie, I would like to see my husband accept my abilities of healing and speaking with guides. My life would then change more to be who I am meant to be in my lifetime.
Okay, to be accepted.
Right. Susan says she wants to change her financial situation.
So there's 2 on finances, Ray?
There's a couple. Yeah, here comes Vanessa. To be able to retain information. Remembering.
Okay, remembering.
Okay, now I'm going to post the second question here in the feed. And the second question is, would you be willing to spend 15 minutes a day to achieve that?
And that's a yes or no.
Yeah. Some people could say, well, I don't have an extra 15 minutes.
Well, that's a good question, right?
My day's filled up.
Okay. So what's one of the things, just one of the things you're doing in your day-to-day life that you could cross off the list, you could actually not have to do, where you could pick up that 15-minute slot? That's how busy some people's lives are. We know that, okay? We do a lot of coaching, all right?
I can think of what I used to do when I was a corporate guy on the way to work. I'd stop at Starbucks every morning and stand in line for 15 minutes.
There it is, all right? There it is. Now, that felt good to go to work. How did you like your job when you went to work at?
Well, the shot of extra strong coffee made it more
tolerable. Okay, there you go. Okay,
you know.
So what Ray was doing, he was all in just this world. He wasn't bringing in the world he came from. He wasn't connecting to his guidance. He was pushing his true self away so he could tolerate one more day of this. All right? Yikes. Okay. When you catch yourself in a situation like this, everybody finds themselves in these spots in their life every now and then. We do. You have to, that's when it's really important that you grab back that little block of time for you and your spirit guides, that time out, that's truly a time out. I'm talking about turn off that phone. I mean, turn it off while you're doing this. Everything comes to a stop. Like you just you paused the movie. All that, okay? And that let you alone. If you just in the beginning, if you just forget about the spirit guides, just give yourself a timeout where it's a total timeout for 15 minutes. You just do it for yourself. Just sit there and don't do anything but close your eyes, breathe, relax your upper body, stretch yourself, move your body around, get back into your body, start breathing and let the life force fill you up. The byproduct of that is, guess what? The spirit guides have access to you. The minute you do that, you don't even have to think about the spirit guides, and they have access to you because you are present. You're not thinking about the past. You're not thinking about what you have to do in the future. You're not worried about all this kind of stuff and stressed out. Only give yourself, and isn't this pathetic? Let yourself off this merry-go-round of torture, of worry, stress, finances, wanting to vibrate higher, reaching for something else,
Distractions.
to be accepted. It's all a distract. Finances again, being able to remember. You guys you're pushing yourself. You've been pushed. Let me put it that way. You put yourself in a situation where you are being pushed. I'll let you worry, be stressful, worry about finances, worry about being accepted, and remembering for 23 hours and 45 minutes of the day. You can torment yourself with all this. I only want you, this is a prescription I'm writing for you. I only want you to take 15 minutes of that day of torment out of your life and just leave yourself alone. Leave this person that's trying to come back, that could help you in this world, could help you if you just cut it out for 15 minutes so this could begin to sneak back in. Okay, go ahead, Ray.
Okay, now everybody's getting in the swing of things
Okay.
here. All right, Joy said she'd like to decrease the amount of time she spends on the TV. Stacy Core joined us. Vanessa said, just hearing you say turn off the phone gave me the shivers in a good way.
In a good way. That's great, Stacy. This is what we need to do, you guys. You need to be a better parent to you.
To that inner child.
That's right. That's what you're doing. You are treating yourself like everyone treated you when you first got here. Bam, bam, bam. Just pounding on you, okay? Do this. You got to do that. Oh, you're not a good parent if you don't do this, and you've got to do that. And oh my God! And you got to become this, and you got to. Okay, just 15 minutes a day. You can torment yourself the rest of the time, but 15 minutes. Tell your parent to get quiet. Okay, just to slow down, because that's your parent just pounding on you, and you're trying to come back. You really want to be all in on this thing, but your parent, that part of you that was programmed to be chastising and hard and critical and demanding and just, need I say more? The 15-minute daily spirit guide meeting.
Okay. Vanessa says, so true. Kathy says when she first started spending 15 minutes a day with her guides, she didn't think that she had the 15 minutes, but she did it anyway.
Yes.
And it's changed her life completely. I now live a life with inner peace, and if I ever do have fear, it's very short-lived because I know my guides, and I know that they have my back, and they will guide me if I will only listen. Yeah, we can all do this. And you made an interesting comment how the parent has to be nicer to your inner child. Okay?
That's right.
I saw something, I think it was today or yesterday, it said, when parents tell their children they don't love them, that's not what the child hears. The child hears, I don't love myself.
Right. Well, that's what they learn,
That's what they learn.
is not to love themselves.
Right.
That's what they really learn, okay? So you're doing the same thing to yourself. See, the reason you're doing the same thing to yourself is because you haven't thought it out. You haven't stopped long enough to see what's going on, okay? That you're not in this alone. This is not all there is. You were frightened into this life, you guys. You still don't realize how frightened you were. That's why you spin in a circle. Okay, in worry, in stress, in finances, in being accepted, and in, tormenting yourself about remembering. Why can't I remember? I can't remember my dreams. I can't remember what just happened. I can't remember my guidance. Okay. Woo. Okay. Remember what they said at the beginning of this session today about the 15-minute daily spirit guide meeting. The first thing they said, let's make sure that I'm telling the truth here. The first thing they said was, find a 15-minute block of time where you are by yourself. Okay? I mean, without the phone, without the distractions and everything. You know what I see you guys doing? I see you guys learning to do this. I see you guys learning to take yourself somewhere for 15 minutes. Quiet. I don't mean Starbucks. That's not, no, that's a distraction. Okay? I'm talking about, maybe go to the park and just sit on the bench and just listen to the ducks quacking and, just relax. Take yourself, here's what I'm really trying to say. Take yourself out of the routine. It's the habit and the routine that keeps you stuck in all the stuff, okay?
Right.
In the distractions that Ray was talking about. That's what does it. So if you take yourself out of what you normally do, where you normally are, completely out of that scenario, that scene, into a whole different scene, you're more likely to be able to start doing this, okay? But bring your journal with you. And when you get more advanced, you can start working with the girls on Ask the Universal Channel. We've got a group of women that teach this on Thursdays every week for free. I can't believe more people aren't going after this, okay? But between learning to communicate with them, with your energy, okay? Where you work with your energy, with your guides, and then document what's coming through. What you'll find is, even when you're not using this is the training wheels to learn how to communicate with your spirit guides and them back to you. But this right here will be the proving ground, okay, where you look back in part 3 and you go, okay, I can see how this is all connected. Go ahead, Ray.
Okay, everybody seems to be unanimous, and yes, they'd like to do that 15 minutes. But
okay,
let's talk some about the people who say, I don't have 15 extra minutes. How about getting up 15 minutes earlier or staying up later 15 minutes before you go to bed?
Now that is common sense. Okay, here's one of my favorite ones, right? While we're on that subject, Ray. Mm-hmm. In the morning, my 15-minute thing is in the morning. And I told you guys this before. It's that time where you woke, you turned, and you know that you're kind of waking up, but then I let myself go back into that slumber and just be in between worlds, between the two worlds, and let myself gather what they've been showing me all night. Let it assimilate, let it stick. And then when it comes through, I will say it out loud 3 times. I will say a few of the keywords out loud. So when I get up and put my foot to the floor, I don't forget what they just showed me, what they just told me. That's how I do my 15-minute thing, okay? So there's nobody who can say they don't have that time, but in that really, intimate and still connected time, that's a great time to let yourself go there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good comments, good questions. We'll get back to Susan. Had a good observation here. But years ago, when I first got into like self-help stuff, like when I was
A long time ago. Ray was in this when he was a teenager.
Right.
He's still learning a lot, though, you guys.
I'm still a work in progress.
Ooh.
45 years later.
He's a good guy, though.
Okay, so I don't remember where I read it, but it was kind of interesting. The guy was talking about people who say they can't get enough done. They got a list of things that they have to do, like in their house. This has to be cleaned, and that has to be painted, and this has to do this, and you got to do that. He said, before you go to bed at night, look at your list and do one thing. Just do one thing every night before you go to bed. And after a year, you'll look back and you've done 365 things that you wouldn't have done.
Okay, Ray, what is your point?
The point is that thing that you do before you go to bed might take 10 or 15 minutes. That's how you make 15 minutes.
Now, how did you make 15 minutes when you spent it, doing the dishes and cleaning the floors?
Well, because I wouldn't have normally done that. I would have walked by the sink and said, look at those dirty dishes, and go right to bed.
Okay,
but they'd still be there in the morning.
Okay, but what's that got to do with the 15-minute daily spirit guide meeting?
You can always make 15 minutes.
Okay, that's the point.
At the beginning of the day, or at the end of the day.
Okay, so at the end of the day, Ray would run around and clean the floors and whatever, Okay, but instead of spending your time doing that same thing that's going to need to be done tomorrow and the next day, it's like never ending, right? Forget about those floors.
Right.
Go treat yourself. In fact, don't even look at the bloody things and just take yourself to bed, lay back and play some music, or have some nice smelling stuff, candles or whatever, and let yourself have that moment. Take your journal and write down what's coming to you. It may not be a question. It may not be a solution. It may just be spirit talk. I'm talking to my spirit guides right now. I'm talking to them as I move on to my slumber. I'm talking to them right here. Use this journal, you guys. Start using this. What's going to happen is, as you're talking to them, no pressure on you. No pressure to ask a question. No pressure to get an answer or a solution. None. You just have a conversation with your spirit guides. You won't believe what comes from that.
That's a good time to ask questions, too, because as you're drifting off, write down your question you want to ask.
Right, and date it.
And then ask your guides before you fall asleep. How many times do you wake up in the morning and the first thing that pops in your head is the answer?
And that's when you write down the answer right underneath what you wrote. And then you write down how it felt, when the whole thing felt, what you wrote, the answer you got, the whole thing, okay? And what you realized from it, and then what action that you intend to take now, right now, okay? You write it down. Whether you take the action or not, this is going to keep you square and fair with yourself. This is going to keep you conscious. This is going to, while you're in this world, it's going to allow you to come back. This is playtime. Remember playtime? Playtime was higher learning time. Everyone said, oh, it's just playtime. The child is just playing. No, the child is learning.
It was experimenting.
The child is a genius.
Right.
That was you. That's you. That's who we need back into this game. Not just you dragging yourself through this life, struggling. That is not, that's a shadow of you. While the rest of you is saying something to you like, I can help you. Can I please help you? And this part of you is going, I can do it myself.
Right.
Okay.
The stubborn.
Do you see the difference? This is the difference. This is the world we're in. Get that done. Blah! Screaming at you. And this world over here, talking to you, is going, we are here when you are ready. It never leaves you. It never goes anywhere. It's waiting for you to be ready. And I know you're all ready. You're tired of struggling. You're tired of not being accepted for who you are. You're tired of worrying about what everyone thinks about you. Or, oh, if I say this, I'm going to hurt their feelings. And, oh, this is going to happen. You know what? I'm just going to say it like it is. If they have a problem with the truth, because if you guys are on your game, you are all about truth and love. You cannot miss when you're on your game, when you are connected, okay? And you're in one piece and your presence in this world and following your guidance. You are as authentic as you could possibly be. If somebody has a problem with accepting you, they have a problem with the truth. That's their problem. You know what I want you guys to do? I want you to write those things down. I acted on my truth. I did it in front of everybody. Like my clothes were all off. It scared the tar out of me, but I did it anyway. And I wrote it in and write it all down. What you did, the reaction that you got from everybody, and what you did next. Tell the truth. You got to start laying it down on paper, because otherwise, you guys, you're just going to have a little glimpse of your life here and a little glimpse there. You're not really going to get back and in the game, okay? And live the life you came here to live. You guys have no idea what you're missing out on until you do this and you do the work, okay? And this would be great if you could learn to speak with your guides and reinforce it with that. That's what Joy was referring to earlier. All right, go ahead, Ray.
Yeah, remember Joy's question, that's a real easy one. She wants to do less TV.
Right.
That's easy.
Right.
Go over to the wall.
Okay, wait.
And cut that cable.
No, it is not easy. Ray, stop eating half the food that you eat. Is that going to be easy for you? No, you love your food. Okay, so
stop buying food.
Something like that. Okay, Joy, there's something in your life that you miss, that something about the TV and the relationship to that time that you spend where you can just blitz out, you know, that is, I don't know, in some way it's been healing for you, where you needed that time. You just needed downtime is what I want to call it. But now you're ready to upgrade your downtime. That's what you're ready to do. And that's what this is.
You can try to wean yourself off of it. We haven't had TV service for over 10 years.
Okay, but just like Ray said, that's the best advice. Nobody does anything just all at one time. You wean yourself off of it, okay? That's what you do. You know how to use your time now, Joy. You've got access. You've got access. You know how to do this. This is great, okay? Something about this whole shift in your life is trying to show you something. Joy, we're trying to show you something. Are you seeing it? And you still have a few distractions that you're involved with that don't quite let you see the whole thing yet. But you know, you have that urge in you, and it's going to win. It's going to win, and that's the good news.
Okay, so weaning yourself off the TV, it's called programming. So the more you watch TV, the more programmed your mind gets about everything. And Susan,
that's a good observation.
And Susan has a good comment here about, actually it falls right into why you wrote this book. We're pre-programmed as a child, and we have to reprogram ourselves when we get older.
Part 2, My Guided Journey, chapter 1 through 18. That's what it does, you guys. Wednesdays are all about that, okay? Ray and I do this on Wednesdays on Facebook Live, every Wednesday, 6 p.m. Be sure to join me on that. And we work with you specifically with this guided journal writing system. That's guided. Any of you that have questions about guided, you can ask me on Wednesdays. Part 2, taking the journey, getting your life back, like Susan was just referring to. And part 3, where you keep the journey going, my journal writing. And that's the part I keep telling you guys to start with, because once you start in part 3, part 2, you're going to nail it. Okay? And I'm there on Tuesdays to help you nail it. All right? And this coming Saturday, Storm Wisdom. You guys, don't miss it. We're going to be using this, and we're going to be using this, so your guides can communicate with you. It's going to blow your mind.
Yeah.
All right? Don't miss it. It's you don't have to be with me here in Phoenix. You can do this. You can sign up for this as on an online live streaming, so that you can see it from anywhere in the world. All right.
We have people already signed up from around the world.
We do, Ray.
The Netherlands, Germany, Canada, Australia.
Yeah.
New Zealand.
I know. How sweet is that?
Texas.
You guys you're not going to regret it. It's going to be great.
Not
You're
only,
going to see us working with people right there in the audience, one-on-one,
right.
Okay, with their guides and with the guide, my guided journey, all right? You're going to see us in action.
And how can they sign up for this?
We're going to tell them at the end.
Okay.
I'll explain it at the end.
And there's a big secret at the end, too, so excitement.
He's got the secrets.
I do. I have all the
How
secrets.
come he has all these secrets?
And you mentioned tomorrow night, what we do on Wednesday nights. Tomorrow night,
Yeah.
I think, aren't we going to do something about how you ask the right question?
Right. The 4 qualifying
How do you
questions.
formulate the right questions to ask your guides?
Right.
You don't just...
We kind of bounced around it a little bit tonight, but tomorrow we're going to get into it with your questions. I want you guys to hit me with your questions. I don't care what they are. Let's get in there. We're either working in part 2, that's where you go back and you get yourself back, or we're working in part 3, where you are in your life right now, and you're trying to figure that out, so that once you get a grip on where you are, going back won't be near as challenging for you guys.
So Vanessa says the Thursday group is fantastic, but she's always working during that time and she misses it while it's up live.
Vanessa, sign up for Saturday. This Saturday, you're going to see us doing this. Okay,
Right.
Ray and I, with each person from the audience, sitting with us, talking to their guides. Even the person who's with us, you're going to see them channeling with us, because when they sit with us, with Ray and I, we're the world's foremost authorities and teachers on the correct use of the talking board in the world. All right. So Ray and I are the best at this. I've been doing it for over 30 years, and Ray's been doing it for 15 years. And we've been doing it 15 years together. So you're going to see us in action, and you're going to see us with that other person where they come in with their energy and they feel it. Okay. And they get the messages from the guides. It's exciting. It's going to be great. So sign up for Saturday.
Yep. And Vanessa, she's working like Thursday night. She has to work, so she can always watch the replays.
Right.
And the students, the ones that teach the lessons,
Yeah,
have them at different times throughout
the week. Usually they have them on Wednesdays at 4 p.m. Pacific time, Vanessa, and you might even be working for that. But if you have a time where you can do it, and you put a request out to the students that Ask the Universal channel, is she on the group, Ray?
Yeah.
Vanessa? Okay, then they will accommodate you if they can. They really will. I've seen them do private lessons. I mean, these women they're amazing. They're amazing. And they do this from the heart. They do this because they're grateful that they know how to do this, because Ray and I worked with them, over the last year, really, really a lot. And these guys have it, okay?
Yeah. And they were at the same place you are when you first get aboard, okay? First you get asked.
They understand where you're coming from.
They went through the same things.
They do, and they're loving and patient and helpful, and they're teachers, okay?
Hey, that's it.
They're teachers and healers.
Okay, no more comments or questions.
Okay, so what we're going to do is, before we wrap this up, the guides are going to do a closing message about the 15-minute daily spirit guide meeting. But before we do that, we're going to share a few announcements that are coming up. Okay, tomorrow, Wednesday, September 4th at 6 p.m., join Ray and I right here on my Facebook page, Linda Deir Author. This will be about the 4 qualifying questions that always provide clarity, all right? We want you to come with your questions, okay? When something unusual or out of the ordinary happens, it is important. In fact, it's much more important than you will realize at the moment these occurrences happen. This is guidance. So bring your questions using My Guided Journey. Your spirit guides and I are going to help you with this. Okay? You guys are getting warmed up tonight. You're going to be ready for tomorrow night. All right. So mark your calendars. More than mark your calendars. Sign up for this coming Saturday, September 7th. Ray and I will be live on location in Phoenix, Arizona at Storm Wisdom from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. This event will be about making the connection to your spirit guides with Linda Deir. It's $35 when you attend in person, and that includes a free paperback copy of my guided journey, a $15 value. And you can also attend this event online via live streaming for $9.95. So you can see go to the video trailer and register for this event by clicking on the link in the description of this video. Ray put it at the top, all right?
Right.
Next Tuesday, September 10th, join me live right here on my Facebook page, Linda Deir Author. This will be a Q&A and commentary with me and my spirit guides at 6 p.m. Pacific, so don't miss it. In Linda's Weekly Guided Insights, the spirit guides will be talking about being connected is a two-way street. How do you feel when you are driving on a one-way street? Is there something missing? With everybody being forced to go the same way, do you hear that? That's our life. How do you feel if suddenly you turn down the street going the wrong way? Do you panic when you see all the traffic coming toward you? How do you react when you are forced to turn your car around and go the other way? You know that feeling, how you've got to turn your life around, you've got to stop everything, you've got to rethink it, and you've got to go the other way, right? Even if it doesn't make sense, something's not connecting. The feelings you experienced when you did this are the same feelings you experience when you realize your life is like a one-way street, like you're just in this world, okay? And you just know you're missing something. You know that this can't be all there is. By the way, this life is not all there is, you guys. That's one thing you're going to realize when you start connecting with your guides, making the connection, and when you start speaking to your guides. Believe me or not, this is what you're doing when you do this. In fact, as you speak to your guides, as you write in your journal, you're going to see them speak back. You're going to notice when you go back and review what you wrote and go, I don't remember writing that. I don't remember that paragraph or that sentence. That was them infiltrating your writing. You guys are one. You're one, okay? You came here to co-create your life, not just to fight it and struggle and feel like you got dropped off here to fend for yourself. It's not supposed to be hard. See, when you have this connection and you join that connection and you're connected and you move on it that way, you guys, there's no struggle. That's what you're going to find out. Yeah.
So you want to hear the exciting part?
What, Ray?
For those who can't attend live, the on location this Saturday, you told them they can watch the live stream over the internet for $9.95
from
anywhere in the world.
Yeah.
Any place that has an internet connection.
Right.
All right. But here's the exciting part. One of those people who attends via the live stream is going to win a free coaching session with you.
You guys are. You know how we set it up? We set it up just like this, except I'm on this side of the screen and you're on this side of the screen. You also get a free video and audio of the session.
Right.
It's very
so you
exciting.
Can review it anytime you need.
It's powerful.
Need to.
And you speak directly to your spirit guides intimately, just between you and me.
And it's a 30-minute coaching session that's worth $110.
Yeah, that's right. It's a $110 value. So get in there, you guys. Okay.
And we're going to pick the winner live.
We are.
Next Wednesday night.
Yeah, next Wednesday's.
Week from tomorrow.
September the 11th. On the Wednesday live event Ray and I do at 6 o'clock is when we're going to have the spirit guides pick the winner.
Ooh.
Okay. I don't want to pick the winner. No, I don't want my hands on that. I just don't want to do that. They're going to pick the winner.
Yeah.
So maybe we'll take all the, maybe we'll take everybody's name and we'll,
Yeah.
whoever that is, and we'll put them down here, and we'll let the guides do this and just pick you out. Okay? They know who needs the help. Not that you all don't need the help, but they know the one that really they need to get through to right now. That really, really important. Okay, so not that you're not all important. It's just that one winner is one winner, right? Yeah.
If they pick the one that needs the help the most, they'd probably pick me. But I work for the company, so I can't be part of the
You can't
lottery.
cheat, Ray. No
Part
cheating
of the
allowed.
lottery.
No cheating allowed. Okay, so you guys, we love having you guys. We are going to close this session with the Spirit Guide's closing message about tonight's topic. And Ray, what was that topic, baby?
A 15-minute daily Spirit Guide meeting.
And we know you guys can fit that in. We know you can make room and fit that in. And you know what? It's the most loving thing you'll give yourself all day long. Okay. Here they go.
How long, really, is 15 minutes? It's a phone call. It's about how long it takes you to drive to your favorite store. It's hardly a blip on your daily calendar. If you feel you can't find 15 minutes, then start with 10 or 5 until you get into a rhythm, a daily rhythm where you gradually spend more and more time speaking with us. Some of you who thought you couldn't find much to talk about in 15 minutes are now spending an hour a day with us and still hungry for more clarity. Once you get into a good habit, it becomes a part of your destiny.
And remember what Joyce said today in the stream, in the session. She said it has absolutely changed her life.
Right.
Joy's been through
And
a lot of
too.
Kathy, definitely Kathy too, and Veronica, and so many of the people that come and join us, okay? So anyway, you guys, tonight was awesome. Do we have any other questions or any other comments, Ray?
Nope, I'm looking.
All right, Ray just doesn't want to leave any of you out.
I want to make sure. Let me refresh it here. It kind of got locked up.
Okay, Ray.
There we go.
And we hope to see you guys tomorrow night, all right? Right here, same place, same time.
Very good.
Okay, so we'll see you tomorrow night.
You'll learn how to ask the proper questions the way the guides like to hear them.
And sign up for Saturday, you guys.
Ooh, yeah.
You're not going to miss, you're not going to regret it. It's going to be exciting.
It is going to be exciting.
It is. It's really exciting.
They'll not only get to see us, but they'll get to see Joy.
I know.
Joy's coming.
The first time we're going to meet Joy in person.
Right.
Outstanding.
How exciting.
I would love to meet all of you in person. All right. But we're going to be doing these. We're also going to be doing these throughout the year. So we're going to announce that to you as we move through it. Okay. Yeah, you guys, we'll see you tomorrow night. Good night.
All right, everybody, be kind.
And take that 15-minute daily Spirit Guide meeting.